I help the adult children of seniors that are moving mom into senior living. And if you've been in real estate long enough, you've already been helping this type of customer anyway. And I formalized that. Back in 2011, I said, we only did 66 deals that year. And I said, what is it about these 66 deals that's similar, right? I'm a curious person. I'm always trying to find the fountain of leads, right? The best leads. I'm never content. Because if you're in real estate, you really realize you're in marketing very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's never done. You know, we used to do the yellow pages and we'd get 10 deals a year, and that's graduated all the way down to 1 deal a year, you know? And so what did work doesn't say the same. And like today's trends are simply cold calling and RVM. That wasn't even a thing to me 5 years ago, right? But with all of these trends, I call them waves, you know? And the thing about a wave is they crash. And so I feel like what I'm doing with helping those adult children moving into senior living, you want to talk about how big this market is that 7 out of 10 people over the age of 60 are going to move into some sort of assisted care in their life. So keep in mind, that means that they haven't passed away, right? They've just moved into, but that is the moment when they need to sell the property to pay for that care. It's not, you know, I love probate leads, and we can talk about probate leads, and I love them, but let me just share with you quickly how much better these are than probate leads. So Scott, let's say you and I are brothers, and we lose mom, and the house goes into probate because she didn't have her stuff set up right. So now you and I, it's not greed, it's just more what's in it for me and you.
Yeah.
We're concerned about us, you know, about what's going in my pocket. With these leads, I say they don't care. It doesn't matter as much if you pay 74 or 82 or 91 for the house, because that money's going to mom's care.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the kids are actually more inclined to go with somebody trustworthy, and did I say trustworthy, right? Because they don't want to be messed around with. Sometimes they go talk to the real estate. Everybody knows a real estate agent, right? The real estate agent comes in and says, clean this house out. Right there's a 2-month task. Rehab this house before I put my precious name on it, right? And then I'll take pictures and then I'll sell it. So in a perfect world, you're talking about kicking the can 6 months down the road. And these families don't want that uncertainty. They just found out the mom's new care is $8,300, $9,000 a month, you know, because you're not, you know, let's talk about this American thing that is senior living. There is no senior living in China or India because you move them in with your house. It's an American thing to do that. And so the adult children have this guilt built up. So what do you do about guilt? You like, if you have guilt, you try to over splurge for mom. You get her the nicest one, and the nicest one's also the most expensive. It's funny how that works, right? Yeah. And so that pressure, where that's going to be paid for and from, very, very quickly we go back to the house. And so when I think about what a perfect lead is for me as a real estate guy, and why I was so excited about this in 2011 when we kind of figured it out, was that the 2 things I'm looking for are motivation and equity. Right? That's the perfect lead. And these are those leads. I was telling you earlier, I've been keeping this a secret since 2011. The reason why is I didn't want anybody else to do it. And so in my curiosity about life and growth and as a human, as a person in business, back in 2017, I kind of set out to say, if I do this much good for my community in St. Louis, what can I do at a nationwide level?
Right.
And so what I've started to do is create these relationships in data, and getting to these leads even before. It's like I said, if me and you were a brother, if we needed to help mom, do you think we're doing a Google search to help mom find senior living if we don't really need it? You know, no, of course not. We don't have time for that stuff, right? So when somebody does that search, they need this situation to be handled right then. And those leads are the best leads I've ever found. And so what I'm doing now is trying to build out a nationwide network of trusted investors and heavy on the trust side. Because you said earlier about those market segments where there's good money to be made or future. True, but what else do you know about the seniors? They're also some of the most taken advantage of groups. And so for me, the integrity side, the trustworthiness is more who I want to work with than just anyone that wants to buy a real estate lead. That's not what I'm shooting for.